On behalf of District 5, I'd like to thank Doug Lane and the RAP staff for welcoming us all into their facility today. Also like to thank Alan Kirkdorfer, Sheba Lane, and Shelburne Middle School for their preparation for our Friday rehearsal. Also I'd like to thank the RAP band boosters for all of their help and for their concessions. And thank you, everybody, for being here today to support these great young people and to celebrate their achievements. Finally, today we have the District 5 Symphonic Band under the direction of Mr. Scott Rikkers.
That was the Thunder March by John Philip Sousa. I'll be honest, usually we have a pairing with that march. I open the concert with that and we do a second movement of a symphony for wind band based on themes of John Philip Sousa, but due to the condensed schedule we decided to not do the second tune, but I think that's a fitting way to open a concert, or our portion of the concert that is. It's been a pleasure for me to be with these young men and women today. We certainly plan on having a two-day event, but I think actually an event like this tells a lot more about the ability and the talent of these students and the contribution of the directors than having a two-day event. And the fact that we can prepare a concert like this for you, the middle school, the concert band, Symphonic band, with only about 5 hours of rehearsal is quite phenomenal when you think about it. The music we're doing today I've done with the Jamie concert band, and it takes us a good, I don't know, 2 months to get the concert ready. And I'm not saying that to discredit the Jamie concert band, but the level of talent on this stage is just staggering. So I hope you appreciate what these young men and women have been able to do in just about 5 hours of rehearsal. And a lot of people come up and say, man, you did a great job, the band sounds good. It has nothing to do with me. In fact, it's probably in spite of me. These guys are doing a great job here on stage. I hope you enjoy it. We have 2 more tunes for you. The next tune is a piece by Whitacre, if you saw in your program, called Aurumque. There are a couple of kinds of tunes, or a couple kinds of music in band literature. There's dancing music and there's a singing music. This is definitely a song, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Technically very simple, musically very demanding, and I think you're going to be moved by their rendition of Eric Whitacre's Luke's Aurumque. I always tell my students at JMU, and I told these young men and women here, that I would do a whole concert, all year actually. I would do only slow lyrical music. I just think that while it may not be as exciting as marches or other tunes, and certainly is not as loud, I just think that the music making and the connection that we have on the stage and with each other as musicians is so much more meaningful when you play tunes like that. And I hope you enjoyed the experience as much as I'm sure these folks did here on stage. Before we do our last piece, I would like to, of course, just like my colleagues did, thank everyone for joining us this evening. Thank the hosts for hosting. I want to thank Alan Kirkdorfer for texting me at 5:45 in the morning on Friday, and then at 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday. Under the circumstances, they've done a great job of making this event work. I really appreciate that. While we certainly had a shorter time together, I think that it was nonetheless a very meaningful experience for all of us, and I've enjoyed working with these folks. I love District 5. I was just telling Ronald Foster that I feel like this is home to me, and I guess it really is home because I live in Harrisonburg. But more than that, I just feel like the directors here are just it's a great community, and the work that they do, the middle school directors and the high school directors together, obviously has shown the success they're having because of these great young men and women. But I think they're doing a fine job. It's always a pleasure to work with them. We have really, with our schedules, we're so busy, we have very few opportunities to work together like we do for this event, and it's always a pleasure to come work here, not just with the kids, but with the directors as well. And I want to point out that one of the things I like the most about this, I always say that I'm not here to recruit for JMU, I'm not a composer to promote my music. I just enjoy working with young musicians. But it's always a proud moment when I have such a great set of JMU alums who are in this area teaching. We have a lot of JMU alumni here, and I'm very proud of what they're doing with music education in our community. So, a final note before we conclude here. I want to thank all of you for coming out. I often think about supporting the arts, and I know in public education especially, funding is something we're always fighting for. It's certainly worth the fight. But I think sometimes we forget that supporting the arts goes well beyond the money. And having a group of such support here, it demonstrates that District 5 and this community, the Shenandoah Valley, truly understands what it means to support the arts. Because we can give all the money we want, we can write all the checks we want, which is certainly buy great equipment, great music that we need, facilities we deserve, but it doesn't provide the support that these young men and women need and that our arts community needs. So thank you all for making the support for the arts go beyond the pocketbook and for coming out and supporting these young men and women. I've never been to a district event where the middle school students and their parents don't leave after their performance, or the concert band doesn't leave with their parents after the performance. It's the first district event in my history of conducting that the audience stays. And that, to me, just demonstrates the incredible support you all provide for the arts here in the Valley. So thank you very much for that. We're going to conclude this evening with one of the movements from Escape from Plato's Cave. It's a programmatic work which takes you from the depths of the underworld that Plato tries to escape into the light. In fact, it's called Into the Light. I hope you can see what we're trying to convey musically with this last work. So we hope you enjoyed. Thank you for coming. Drive home safely, and we hope you enjoy Escape from Plato's Cave, Escape into the Light.